Ukraine's defense forces have once again advanced from the border into Russia's Kursk region. The strike caught Russia off guard, as it had pulled a large number of troops from that area. Oleksii Hetman, Reserve Major of the National Guard of Ukraine, shared the information on Espreso TV. We can rely only on official confirmed information, because other information may not correspond to what is actually happening. The official information is as follows. Using special demining equipment, we created certain corridors to allow passage and to clear paths through the minefields that were there. Near Tetkino, heavy equipment and some of our units advanced. This is the official information that can be relied upon, he said. According to Hetman, other information may be fragmentary, but another question arises. When the enemy pushed us back to the border, they withdrew a large number of troops and redeployed them to other directions. Now there are fewer Russian forces and resources there, so we again use the element of surprise. After each of our successful operations, the Russians claim that they will not fall for this trick again, that there can be no more surprises. They control and see everything, but they do not control and do not see everything. An interesting point is how active drones are now, and if this demining equipment was not attacked by drones and was able to pass through, followed by our heavy equipment and units dispersing, it means that the Russians really did withdraw a large number of troops and our strike was indeed unexpected, Hetman summarized. Pavlo Lakiychuk, Head of Security Programs at the Center for Global Studies Strategy XXI, believes that the Kursk operation by Ukraine's armed forces is not just a tactical move, but also an effective way to throw Russian forces off balance. The grey zone near Tetkino had been in place for over a year. For the first time, Ukrainian Defense Forces entered it at the start of the Kursk operation in the Sudzha direction. Clearly, the idea was to confuse the enemies and prevent the Russians from figuring out where our main strike would land. But the operation turned out to be successful, so there was no reason to pull back. This bridgehead is still being used by Ukraine's armed forces, just like in Belgorod, Lakiychuk explained. He also reminded that Ukraine's Commander-in-Chief Syrsky confirmed once again that the Kursk operation was successful and achieved its main objectives. The goal was to draw Russian reserves away, lock them in combat, inflict maximum losses and damage, and prevent them from shifting forces to key strike zones. Right now, Ukraine's defense forces are continuing these actions and doing so effectively. For example, the brigades that were positioned against our forces in the north, in the Kursk and Belgorod areas, never made it to the Pokrovsk direction, and that's very important, Lakiychuk said.
Three Moscow international airports, Vnukovo, Domodedovo and Zhukovsky, have temporarily suspended the reception and departure of aircraft. This was reported by the head of the press service of Rosaviatsia, Artem Koronyako, on his Telegram channel. Airports are temporarily not accepting or sending flights, the agency's representative wrote. In this case, Russian Defense Ministry's Air Defense Forces repelled an attack by 19 Ukrainian drones flying toward Moscow from different directions, the city's mayor Sergei Sobyanin reported. According to him, emergency services specialists are currently working at the site of the fallen debris. At the same time, according to information from Rosaviatsia, the carpet plan was introduced at a number of capital airports. To ensure the safety of civil aircraft flights, temporary restrictions were introduced at 0:57 Moscow time for the operation of Vnukovo, Domodedovo and Zhukovsky airports. The airports are temporarily not accepting or sending flights, the statement said. A little later, temporary restrictions were introduced on the operation of Sheremetyevo Airport. The Russian Defense Ministry announced that 105 Ukrainian drones were shot down and intercepted over Russian regions on the night of May 6. During the past night from 21 to 4 o'clock, air defense systems on duty destroyed and intercepted 105 Ukrainian aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles, the department said in a message on its Telegram channel. It is specified that 32 UAVs were destroyed over the territory of the Bryansk region, 22 drones over the Voronezh region, 19 over the Moscow region, and another 10 were shot down over the Penza region. In addition, over the territory of the Kaluga region, air defense systems eliminated 9 Ukrainian armed forces drones, over the Belgorod region, 6 drones, 2 UAVs over the territories of the Lipetsk and Samara regions, and 1 drone over the Vladimir, Kursk and Rostov regions. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin reported the fall of drone debris on Kashersky Highway. According to him, there was no serious damage or casualties. At the same time, according to Baza and Mash, one of the drones damaged a residential building, the windows of an apartment on the upper floors and a store were broken. RBC writes that in connection with the attacks, flights were temporarily suspended at 13 airports, including Moscow ones. A Nesma Airlines plane from Hurghada landed in St. Petersburg. Passengers said that they spent more than 10 hours in the cabin without water and food, and they could not agree on refueling. On May 5, Russian air defense shot down 123 Ukrainian drones in one day. The air defense also destroyed 4 JDAM guided air bombs and 4 US-made HIMARS multiple launch rockets.
Шпарят. Ех, нихуя себе. Ех, вот проехал. Вот. Да.
Летит. Ебать. Блять. Охуеть. У меня все дрожит. Пиздец.
Из-за фонаря не видно нифига. Вот он, блядь, по низко летит, слышишь? Да.